Hi, everybody. It's Dana. Many of you know that I have become really focused on nutrition for our dogs. I have seen firsthand um, simply changing food make a dramatic improvement in behavior, especially for those dogs that are over aroused. Sometimes it's like a kid with too much candy, or even in aggression cases. And then I've seen dogs that seem to be slowing down, and we get them on better nutrition, and clients are calling me back saying they're acting like a puppy again. So I really want you all to start thinking about the quality of food that you're feeding your dogs. And I have chosen a brand. I chose it years ago and finally decided that I wanted to represent this brand. So I do. But I can also help you with home prepared meals, other choices, because there is so much to learn. And I'm fascinated every day with the things that I'm learning about nutrition and wellness. And all I really want is for you to keep your pet around as long as possible and for them to be as healthy as possible. But I want to tell you what I'm doing for Huey and Howie. They are two miniature dachshunds. Breed really doesn't matter here. But they are both little senior citizens, right? I would get, let's see, I got Howie in 2010, and they thought at that time he was 7. I disagreed with that, but that would put him at about 14 years old, right? And I think Huey is around the same age, give or take. We really don't know. But the food that they are getting now is now different from what Poppy eats. It is still from Goldhard Dog Nutrition, which is the brand I chose, but it comes in 2 pouches, right? 2 pouches. One is called the PM Crumble and one is called the AM Porridge. And the benefit to this food, and it is also applicable to dogs that are unwell or maybe have some digestive issues, and where you need perhaps a little more control of what they eat and when. But the AM porridge is meat-free or protein-free. You add in fresh vegetables, and it's the same vegetables that you were eat. So it might be a little steamed and processed broccoli or kale or sweet potato or carrot or some combination of those things, right? And you can change it up to create variety. So for those dogs who are starting to get a little finicky about what they're eating, you can start changing things up. And then the PM crumble is where you add in their protein. So the benefit of this, adding protein at one meal but not the other, is a benefit to the kidneys and the digestive system. I mean, it doesn't have to do as much work to process protein twice a day. It only has to do it once a day. And you could flip this around, which is what I'm doing for the weenie dogs. They're actually getting the PM crumble in the morning because they're a lot more active during the day. So I want them to have that protein source to get them their activities through the day. And then at nighttime, when we're slowing down and settling down and getting ready for rest, moving them into their vegetable mix, right? So it comes in these bags. They're 2 separate bags of mix that includes everything you need but the meat and some fresh veggies. It's got all the vitamins and minerals and digestive enzymes and all that in it. However, with some of our senior citizens' dog, they may need a little added digestive enzyme. That's true for Howie. I haven't seen that to be true yet for Huey. But Howie's got a couple of little issues. Again, he's nearly 14 years old. And so I am supplementing him with some added digestive enzymes. But you look at these bags and you go, oh my God, that's a crazy amount of food. For the weenie dogs, they literally each get 1 tablespoon of this mix at each meal, right? So they get 1 tablespoon of the PM porridge at that meal and 1 tablespoon of the AM porridge. I'm sorry, PM crumble and AM porridge. They get 1 tablespoon. Huey might get 1.5 because he's a little heavier than Howie. But again, I'm starting to help finesse their diet and support their systems in a different way. They have been on NDF2 for a few years now. Poppy has been on NDF2 for her entire life, and she's doing awesome. It's a great food, folks, and a lot of people go, I can't afford it. I can't afford to feed it. Let's talk about that. Call me. Let's schedule a consultation. Let's just Q&A. If you don't want to deep dive into a consult, let's Q&A. But it is actually more affordable than you think. I now no longer have to use flea and tick medications. We're just not getting fleas and ticks, right? We're not seeing them because the body is healthy. There are products in the food that are natural deterrents. My dogs don't get baths very often. In fact, I can't tell you the last time they had a bath because they don't smell. They're not greasy feeling, and they're doing super well. So I love this food, and I want you to think about it. I want you to think about moving your dog forward away from kibble. I'm going to talk to you a lot more about this on this page as we go, but we're losing in our country, or maybe in the world, about 1.6 out of 2 dogs to cancer every single year. That's a lot, y'all. It used to be we were concerned about 50%, right? We were losing 1 out of 2, and that number is going up. And we know in the nutrition world that it is a significantly contributing factor to all of the sugar and carbohydrates that are in traditional kibble. We also know that it is in pesticides and things that we are putting in our yard, and it's even in things that are in our homes, things that are under your kitchen sink, things that are in your laundry, things that are in your shampoos. And this applies to you too. This is not unique to our pets, though I know many of us start to focus on our pet wellness before we focus on our own. And I think in part that's because we see them aging so much faster than we do. And we try to get ahead of that. We try to want to keep them around, and we start working on things. But unfortunately, many of us begin working on those things after we've got a problem, after we see a diagnosis that is alarming. So I tell people all the time, don't wait until you're desperate. Yesterday was not too soon to start. And the more you can do, even if it's tiny little increments of things, the healthier we can help our dogs become and stay. And I'm going to start helping you think about those things. So yes, I'm still doing dog training. Absolutely. But for me, it is now a all-in-one kind of thing. I no longer can separate the two. And so I want you guys to start learning from me as much as I can share with you. So hope this is helpful. Have a great day.